Hey folks, Carla Sands here, putting in a plug for Gene Valentino's Grassroots Truthcast.
Hi, friends. Gene Valentino. I recently had the chance to sit with Ashley Leopard. Ashley's the real deal. A United States Coast Guard helicopter pilot, a recipient of the Air Medal, and a true American hero. Her first book, The Hurricane Within, was an award-winning document, and now shows she's back with volume number 2 called Beyond the Storm. Ashley's courage, faith, and strength of character will inspire you. Visit her website and get the latest updates on her new book and your chance to receive and win a free autographed copy. Check out the QR code down in the corner as well. Thanks for joining us.
Now 7:34, we're 26 minutes away from 8 o'clock in a special edition of the morning show this morning. Michael Paul is joined by our good friend, Gene Valentino.
Hey, good morning, and good morning to you, Gene.
Good morning, gentlemen. What a day.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, Gene. I just have knots in my stomach thinking about what happened yesterday to Charlie Kirk. And I know that you feel much the same way that I do. You had a response to this that you wanted to tell us about. So why don't you go ahead and let's just get started.
Well, it's a heavy day for America, and it's no small coincidence things are converging at the same time. We put together a commentary for Newsmax yesterday, which ran about 4 minutes. If you have it available, you're welcome to use it. It's a capsulization of my comments, my feelings about what's been going on with America. It's time to defend our country, or it's gone. We've been in a silent war against a hostile element that simply wants to destroy America. Michael, we have to do something about it. And this isn't an isolated event. Notwithstanding your prior guest, today marks the 24th anniversary of the opening salvo in a calculated war against Western civilization. We've got something the world envies, and so many are going to try to destroy it any way they can. Um, uh, at stake is our Western Christian legacy of reasoned and constitution-based individual liberties. We will only survive the envy-based barbarian onslaught by coming together, all of us, as one nation to protect and defend the constitutional republic from all these enemies. And the key term is foreign and domestic. Um, we can chew gum and walk at the same time. We can honor and celebrate our losses, our heroes, our patriots from 9/11 24 years ago. But in the same breath, we experienced yesterday a political assassination of Charlie Kirk, who pushed young people to the polls, and even from Donald Trump's point of view, was instrumental in the reelection of Donald Trump, garnering so much of the youth vote. We, I said this was a political assassination for a reason. We in America, unlike other nations, are experiencing something different because we've given license, we've given the right to freedoms of expression. But I think the freedoms of expression have gone too far. Your right to disagree with me does not include accosting me at the gas pump and shoving me around in a restaurant like Maxine Waters suggested we do. Your right does not include using a long-range rifle from a rooftop 200 yards away and taking me out or denying me the right to speak. Your right to object to what I have to say does not allow you to move to a level of violence or action against me, unless my words were actionable. Did I cause you to have to pull the trigger to come after me? No, I didn't. I expressed an opinion then, as I do now, but I don't think I'm stopping anybody from getting unglued to come after me. I'm just expressing what other nations of the world envy, the right of free speech. And it was denied yesterday to Charlie Kirk at 31 years of age. And the man stood up as a perfect example of maybe a future president of this nation. He stood up and re-energized the Gen Z crowd, the youngest of the crowd out there now, our future voters, our future leaders. It's a shame what we've had to witness in plain view, and frankly, with more description than we need to see on national news. But the video of this yesterday was absolutely abhorrent, and it caused even Jason Chaffetz, an elected official and a new Fox News commentator, to lose his cool and break down on national TV. When the leaders of this nation cannot lead, what are we left with? We, the people, is the first three words in the Constitution, and it means we run the show, not a select few. And it's now time to step up, take arms if necessary, defend your family and your freedoms. You are not to be victim anymore of people who disagree with your opinion and then choose to exercise violence against you. It's over. These Republican conservatives have experienced it in more recent years, going back to the fundraising event in the baseball field between the of Congress put on, where Congressman Steve Scalise was seriously injured and almost died, where other people were accosted as well because they were Republicans, because they were conservatives. Are you kidding me? How many Democrats have died since that period of time from a gunman on a conservative Republican side? Not one I recall. The only exception might be John F. Kennedy, who was a Democrat, but he wasn't taken by an American. He was taken by a foreign kook who might have been even complicit with a deeper state activity. But today, and since that period of time, we have seen a complete attempt by what I would refer to as a deep state initiative. They're initiatives that we've talked about on these morning shows. Has been both a war that has been perpetrated on American conservatism from within the nation, while in parallel we have been attacked from abroad. Thank God in holy heaven, a guy by the name of Donald Trump came along, Michael, to kick some ass and to set some of the crazies in line. Ashley's the real deal. A United States Coast Guard helicopter pilot, a recipient of the Air Medal, and a true American hero. Her first book, The Hurricane Within, was an award-winning document, and now shows she's back with volume number 2 called Beyond the Storm. Ashley's courage, faith, and strength of character will inspire you. Visit her website and get the latest updates on her new book and your chance to receive and win a free autographed copy.
Your thoughts on this? You know, I wanted to say one thing, and that is we have seen nothing over the last 10 years except for hateful rhetoric. You know, you're a Nazi if I disagree with you. This is the way the left operates. They dehumanize Republican operatives, the President of the United States. They suggest physical harm come to these people. And when you do that long enough and hard enough, you have crazies that come out. But I do believe, I don't know why I believe this, just my gut tells me that this hit was professional. The way that this was done, 200 yards. It was someone who is very well trained, who has done this type of shot before. This is not somebody who just decided to grab a rifle and go take a shot. We still haven't found the shooter. You know, it raises a lot of questions. And so, you know, the dehumanizing part is something we've got to put a stop to right now. We have to stop this. We have to stand up and say no, no more. No more can you freely sit out here and call me, Republicans, everybody else Nazis because they don't believe what you believe. Here you have a nice young man who was a Christian, a good father, who wanted to just talk. He wanted to just talk, but they don't want you to talk. They don't want to hear what you have to say. They want to shut you up. And they shut him up yesterday for good, but they'll never shut everybody up. And I think people are taking a different view this morning. What say you?
Well, he's created a legacy, and he's in the process now of being with the Lord and looking down upon all of us and praying that his successor carries the torch. We are all engaged in a war of good versus evil. Whether we choose to like it or believe it, we are. We've got to pay attention to it, and we've got to stop hiding our heads in the sand. How many times over the past decade, and in the last 5 or 6 years you and I have been doing this, have we seen attacks on Republicans and conservatives evidence themselves in different ways at different times? Today, what I see is the culmination of a desperate left-wing element, a social Marxist element with roots going back to communism that shows that there has been a deep state narrative to take over America from within. It is mandatory that every American citizen, every honorable citizen, every person who believes in the good of this Constitution and this nation gets out and votes these left, Democrat, violent, radical, Marxist thinkers out of office and prevents them from getting into office, starting with Mondami in New York, getting rid of AOC. Maxine Waters, you've got to go. You were the one encouraging people to take out others at a gas pump and to take them on and get in their faces while they're eating dinner in a restaurant. You lefties have incited violence, and then when we threw the counterpunch, we're in trouble. Carry the gun if the law allows and defend yourself. Because after watching this poor lady in New York City getting stabbed by another whack job, we see a perpetuation that this extreme left violent is becoming a norm that immediately shifts to their defense of, well, there's too many guns on the street and there's too many other reasons they're fighting for their rights. I'm done with this Black Lives Matter crap. Every life matters, and I want to make sure every life going forward is protected. And that means you start at home, you start with your family, and open up your eyes and vote in a conservative, a responsible person who can take us to a new generation of Charlie Kirk thinking that was espoused when he was going from college campus to college campus, visiting the newest generation of voters and contributors to our nation.
You know, does it strike you as odd that the very people who scream about guns in this country will actually go and pick one up to take out a Republican? Does it strike you as odd?
Yeah. That which they oppose, they do. They remember my term, divert, deflect, and distract. We complain about it. The liberals will complain about it, but they're doing it themselves. Look at what they did on the deep state side with George Soros and Bill Gates and Zuckerberg in trying to undermine the future of this nation. I could
Yeah.
go on.
Yeah, I know you could. Thank you, Gene, for joining us and giving us your thoughts on this. A sad day yesterday, and we won't forget this. Thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.
United we stand, divided we fall. We have just witnessed the loss of a new American hero, a person who has been a true contributor to what I would call the Gen Z crowd, the new generation, the crowd that we hope carries the torch into a new wave of success for our democracy. Charlie Kirk, at the age of 31, was assassinated by a gunman's bullet from what appears to be a long-range rifle on a Utah campus today. It's no small coincidence that he was before a very conservative crowd speaking about the regeneration of American patriotism and the resurgence of our democracy, and that his message was being delivered to a conservative group at the university. Charlie Kirk represented to me the future of America and the future of democracy. He represented what we older folks are looking at as a commentary and a platform, what we used with him. He had his podcast, we have ours, but he represented that new generation. He believed in the notion that failure to defend the rights of other people may someday result in your rights not being defended. He was part of a legion of people that was trying to take America into a whole new realm. He was a patriot at the very least, and as President Trump said, he will be sorely missed as a leader within the conservative community. I can't help but take pause at this moment and reflect. How many Democrat liberal activists have been shot lately? Compare that against how many Republican conservatives have been attempted to be murdered or seriously assaulted. I think you'll see that the difference is now becoming clearer and clearer, and that we as Americans need to put down some of the actionable, extreme political rhetoric and focus on a platform of communication between each other that Charlie Kirk espoused. Let's talk, he said. Let's work out our differences, he said. Let's try to figure out the common ground. He was not a person that tolerated bad behavior. And when your actionable words become intolerable, more than offensive and rude, they become actionable. And people pick up arms and weapons and do harm to others. It's unfortunate that someone found the need to shoot Charlie Kirk today and take his life at 31 years of age. It's unfortunate that a wife with 3 children are being left behind to carry on the torch of what Charlie was doing. But this does nothing but solidify a conservative action and movement across this nation to bring the morals and ethics of this nation, regardless of the platform of speech you choose, to bring the morals and ethics of this nation back into alignment. If it's we the people, then we the people all have a voice. The problem is Charlie lost his today. Let's take a private moment and pray for Charlie and his family. God bless you, Charlie. It's what you represent that beats everything. Hi, friends. Gene Valentino. I recently had the chance to sit with Ashley Leopard. Ashley's the real deal. a United States Coast Guard helicopter pilot, a recipient of the Air Medal, and a true American hero. Her first book, The Hurricane Within, was an award-winning document, and now shows she's back with volume number 2 called Beyond the Storm. Ashley's courage, faith, and strength of character will inspire you. Visit her website and get the latest updates on her new book and your chance to receive and win a free autographed copy. Check out the QR code down in the corner as well. Thanks for joining us.